Now for his arms, we're gonna do, I liked how mine came out in a nice little curve. So if you wanna do straight lines that come out, you can, but I'm gonna show you a different way to do it. So you can either have his arms come out like a straight line, or if you wanna get really crazy with this, you can do some wobbly arms. But we want to stop because we have to leave room for the tiny little bit of his hands. So leave room on the edge of the paper for his hands. Now who can tell me what shape these are? Great, they're circles. So off of that line we're going to do a large circle and fill it in. And then on the other side of it we're going to do, touching it just a little bit, a smaller filled in circle, and that's its hand. All right, so now we're done with that Sharpie. We are going to make sure, my friends, that we cap that on really tight and return it now to the bin it belongs in. So now we get to use that really awesome Elmer's glue, my liquid glue. So we're gonna start with our big circles first. So in your bins, you're gonna wanna grab your big circle, and we're gonna glue that towards the top of our monster's head to look like the outside part of the eyeball. So you can see this right here. Okay, so my friends, we are not actually going to be gluing the paper. We're going to take our paper, set it to the side, and we're going to glue our shape. So the first thing you have to do is, this bottle glue likes to kind of trickle down towards the bottom of the bottle. So when I go down to use it, sometimes the glue isn't always near the spout where it has to come out. So what I do is I gently tap the bottle. See how gentle I'm being? Just to get that glue from the bottom to settle down. It's kind of like if you've ever used a ketchup bottle before. Sometimes it doesn't like to come out without doing that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist that bottle cap up. And you'll know when you twisted it up, there'll be a little space in that area. So this is down is closed, up is open. Whoop, careful, don't squeeze it. Okay, so when we glue the shape, remember we're not gluing the paper, we're gluing the shape. We want to stay away from the edge, okay? You don't need a lot of this glue, so I'm going to make sure that when I glue, my tip of my glue bottle doesn't get too close to my edge. And I'm actually making sure as I gently push this to have the glue come out, I gently push its body, that I'm tickling it with the tip of my glue bottle. So see how my glue tip bottle is touching my paper the entire time. And that's really all I need. There's not much on the edge. If I had too much glue on the edges, when I flip this over, glue is going to seep out and it's going to stick to the project on top of mine. So I have to be really careful. So now I'm going to take this, put it towards the top and press with my hand, and that's all I need to do. If I did a really good job, I shouldn't have any glue in my hands because it didn't come out of the edges. If you notice the shape peeling off the paper a little bit, just let it sit with this special liquid glue. It's really strong, and when it dries, the shape will dry flat. So just let it be. So now we're going to take a black circle, and we're gonna put that right in the middle. So now see how it kind of starts to look like an eye. Really silly, huh? So this one's even smaller. So I'm gonna set this right here on the side of my desk, away from my paper. And I shouldn't get any glue on my desk because if I remember, my glue bottle's not all the way up here. It should be touching the shape. The tip should touch my shape. And I'm just tickling in the center, and that's it. So now we're going to do a black shape. This is black shapes. All right, so now we're going to do our black half circles for the inside part of our monster's mouth. So you're going to add a little glue. Make sure that tip is touching the paper. Squeeze gently. And we're going to just avoid the edges, and look how much glue I have, not a lot. Okay, so So now I'm gonna put my tongue inside the blue part. I have a red half oval shape. Now, when I have two shapes that are placed on top of each other or touch each other, that's called overlapping. So we've already done that with our eye. Now we're gonna overlap our tongue inside of our shape. And gently press. All right, so now we have that. We're going to go in and we're going to do our feathers for the top of our head. So you're going to need 3 feathers. That's it, just 3. You can choose any color you want, okay? Now, friends, let's not fight over the colors, okay? They're all gonna look great either way. So I'm gonna now take my 3 feathers and I'm gonna end up gluing it to look like hair on my monster. Now, sometimes, my friends, the feather will go off the page, and that's okay. As long as the glue's touching the page, the feather can go off. So these are tricky because they can get messy very easily. So we're gonna use even less glue on this feather. I'm gonna just get a little dot, that's it. And when I place this on my paper, I wanna try not to touch the glue area. I'm just gonna gently press very lightly, and I'm done, okay? So now same thing here. I'm just gonna do a little bit, press gently, and this one doesn't really want to stick on there. I can try flipping it around. Sometimes if I flip the feather, it might stick a little better. Okay, so we only have one more thing. We have to add the textures to our tongue, because if we felt our tongue, which we don't want to feel it because that's how we spread germs, it has little taste buds that look like textures. So on our monster with a black Sharpie this time, put your cap on the back. We're gonna do a line, and then on the edges of those lines, little dots like this. Okay, my friends, that's looking great.